Hi guys, I hope your weekend is going well and you're ready for trading on Monday. I thought I'd give a quick overview of one of the first trading gurus that my wife and I followed back in 2013 when we first started trading. So the story was, in brief, is basically we were in Seattle, we were struggling to make money and we decided to start stock trading and managing our own money. So we started with about $20,000. And that was from a savings investment account that had been horribly managed over the last few years by one of these financial advisor groups. And it lost about 70% of its value because we were only a few years after the 2008-2009 financial crisis. So we decided it would be a good time to try and do some trading ourselves, and we joined a couple of alert services to learn, and Superman or SuperTrades was the first one that we joined. So if you keep listening to this, I'll show you the chart patterns that Superman, or Paul Scolardi is his real name, uses, and I'll reveal the number one pattern that we use to make 100% on our account in the first year. So this article is on our personal finance blog. It's a review of Superman trades. I'll leave a link in the description for you to go and check it out in full. This is our chart from Profitly, which is a platform that you can document all your trades on, and it's the platform that Paul Scolardi, aka Superman, does his stock alert service on. So I just wanted to show you this quickly while we're starting. So you have the date along here, January 13th. And throughout this year, we took our $20,000 account and made about $20,000 on it. And at this point here, we actually changed brokers. And it's not documented, so it just kind of went flat after that. And so it was about the course of a year. Most of that gain was in about 6 months, though. And this was as pretty much brand new traders. So if you are looking for a swing trading service that you think you could probably use, even if you're a new trader, SuperTrades is a good service to start. So let me just introduce you to Paul Scolardi. This is him. He was a CPA in the corporate world, trading part-time and working his full-time job as the main source of income. But after a while, he discovered he could make more money trading, and he basically started to make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year stock trading. But because he was so busy with his full-time corporate job, he had to basically pick stocks that he could pick and then leave for a few days or a month at a time. And that's what he specializes in now, is finding momentum in the stock market before it happens. So you'd use his CPA background to find these stocks by reading the SEC filings, buying a position, and often waiting weeks or months before reaping the gains. And some of these stocks would go up 500%. They were really quite big winners, but they definitely take some patience to hold, as they often dip in price while the thesis of the trade works out. So he's known mainly for that, where you'd hit like 400 or 500% winners. And he runs this alert service. I think we signed up for the Superman Pro, where he gives all the usual stuff you'd expect: real-time email and trade alerts, stock market watch lists, commentary throughout the day. He used to have a chat room. He doesn't seem to have it anymore, which is a real shame, because there was a lot of good traders in there that often shared a lot of really good ideas. So unfortunately, the chat room has been discontinued. So let's have a look. Back in 2014 and 2015, we actually documented what trades he made and what sort of percentage gains we got. So this is from a different article that I've written, and this is the sort of stats. So 7 of the trades out of the 136 went up 200 to 400%. So most of them, 47 and 30, went up 50 to 75%. And usually they take a month and a half or so to reach their peak values. So one trade he was well known for was SPEX, where he made almost $500,000 in one trade. And that was pretty spectacular, and we managed to capture quite a bit of the profits for that as well. So he does swing trading primarily. He does do day trading as well, but really it's a swing trading service. So if you're looking for something where you can buy and hold a little bit, it might be for you. If you're not familiar with the Profitly platform, this is it. So this is Malia, my wife. She had her name on the account, and this was just from following SuperTrades back in the day. So we made 188 trades, we made 244 average gain, and a 65% win rate, which is pretty good for a brand new trader. And I think SuperTrades made it pretty easy to copy, because it's not like a lot of these other services where the guru buys and the stock spikes. Sure, sometimes the low float small cap stocks that Superman is buying is they do spike, but they often come back down and go below his buy-in price, and you have plenty of time to get in at a good price. So a little bit more about Paul. He's an interesting character. He actually was homeless for a while. He used to live on people's couches. He is obsessed with Superman, as you'd guess from the name Superman or SuperTrades of the stock market. He always wears things like the Superman outfits and things, and he thinks he looks like Clark Kent with the glasses. So I don't know what you think, but he's definitely a character, and he doesn't suffer fools gladly. He tells people off in his chat room a lot if they're whining and complaining about trades, and he doesn't really, he's quite a harsh guy at times. He's also started this new service which is independent of Profitly. It's called the Profit Lock System, which advertises one particular pattern that he uses to make all these profits. Now, I'm not a member of Profit Lock System, but I wanted to introduce you to what I think the pattern is that he teaches in that service. It might not be, but this is one of the patterns, and it's very simple. So let me introduce you to that, and I'll use this chart of TFII as an example. So this is the daily chart. Each candle represents one day, and his chart is extremely simple. He scans for things that are overbought, so it's counterintuitive. A lot of traders will just look for stocks that have dipped and buy low, sell high. Paul is a momentum trader, so he looks for overbought stocks. So I did this one as an example. I looked on FinViz and I just put the selection to overbought, and this is what came up. So Paul uses just two indicators here. The first is the RSI, which is up here, and he basically looks for RSI above 70, which is technically overbought. And what he does is he buys when the chart starts to build up to this, what he calls it, RSI muscle. It looks kind of like a big bulging muscle. And he'll buy in as it hits the 70 mark, so here. And he will allow the stock to continue up using the 4 EMA as his guide. So as long as the stock remains above 70 on the RSI and it trends above the 4 EMA, he'll stay in the trade. And as soon as the RSI falls below 70 or closes below or close to the 4-day EMA, he'll take his profits. So this is a sort of shorter term momentum trade that he uses. It's not as longer term swing trades where he makes like 500% or 200%. But this chart is basically a momentum chart technique, and we used it successfully when we were following his trades, and to this day I still look at these kind of indicators, the simple RSI and the 4 EMA, to judge entries and exits into these momentum trades. So for example, with Cal Dennis, if he's looking at buying particular stocks, I'll sometimes check these indicators out to see if I think that the stock really has got momentum. So yeah, I mean, it's a good service. I encourage you to go and read my full review article about Superman, and you'll see some negative reviews about him, but overall he's definitely a legit guy. He definitely makes a lot of money, $1 million a year. And I think if you're new to the stock market, I suspect you'll find this to be a really good service and easy to replicate and follow. So I think that's all I've got to say on this. I hope you enjoy the trading week coming up, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.